Inclusion is at the very heart of what it means to be a global citizen.
Today and throughout history, the passion of youth has been a catalyst for change.
In the hands of the next generation, our best days are still yet to come.
We honor the world's most inspiring activists, those who campaign tirelessly to end poverty, fight for equality, and tackle climate change. One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours, it will be ours.
The only purpose of power is to serve with the courage of one's conviction that all people in the world have the rights that must be respected.
We've got our foot on the accelerator, we cannot take it off. Nobody gets left behind.
The truth is, what matters most in business or in life is the difference you make for the others.
Here I am, the first person in my family to have gone to university receiving this incredible prize.
Today I would like you all to imagine a world free of suffering and disease. And that's the world that I've imagined for all of us.
Whatever we've done, whatever we've tried to accomplish in the struggle, we have not done enough.
The time to hesitate is through. The only way you get things done is to do things.
We just have to gather our courage and act bold and smart.
We must work together to get the world that we want.
We'll cry glory. Glory. Oh, glory. Oh.
Are you ready to lift the world?
Please welcome the Emmy Award-winning Darren Criss.
Good evening, everybody. Everybody, welcome to the 2022 Global Citizen Prize, a celebration of activists who are making an impact in their communities and globally. Tonight, we're all going to go on a bit of a journey to discover how this year's honorees answered the call to defeat poverty, defend the planet, and demand equity. We'll discover how their purpose-driven missions have started locally but have influenced and affected people worldwide. That journey doesn't just end here. Tonight is the beginning of a totally new chapter. For the year ahead, Global Citizen will work with them both collectively and individually to tell the story of their work and to open up its networks and platforms to push forward our joint policy and advocacy objectives. All of us here today are excited to looking forward to seeing this collaboration in action. Let's give a warm welcome to our first presenters of the night. She's a singer, songwriter, and activist, and he's a journalist, host, and producer. Please welcome Milk and Scott Evans.
It's so good to see you. It's so good to be in this room. There are over 1.3 billion people around the world who are living in extreme poverty. That's 1.3 billion with a B. Men, women, and children who are hungry, malnourished, lacking resources and access to education or other tools that could be life-changing and even have life-saving impact. But we have the power to bring that number down to zero, don't we? And one of the key ways of defeating poverty is by empowering and investing in women and girls. Surprise. But in doing so, we begin to reshape entire communities and eventually even the world.
Tonight, the 2022 Global Citizen Prize honors 3 activists who are taking action and tackling the issue of poverty in unique and personal ways by focusing on the needs and rights of women and girls. The first award of the night goes to a woman who is both an activist and a survivor. Payzee Mahmod used her personal experience and pain as fuel to change the world. Shockingly, child marriages affect over 12 million girls around the world annually. So every 3 seconds, another girl under the age of 18 is married. Thanks to her advocacy, this reality is slowly becoming a thing of the past. This is Payzee's story.
I'm Payzee Mahmod, and I'm campaigning to end child marriage in England and Wales. When my sister Banaz was 17, she was coerced into a child marriage, and then I experienced the exact same thing just a few months later when I was 16. But I knew that if I didn't try and get out as soon as possible, that I might face the same fate as my sister. Because of my own experiences and my sister's, this campaign has been everything to me. My sister Banaz would have been really proud that this is happening. Child marriage steals futures from children. It takes away their livelihoods and their opportunities. I've been campaigning to change the law so that marriage isn't permitted under the age of 18.
My Lords, I beg to move that this bill do now pass. And my Lords, this bill will finally end child marriage in England and Wales.
Thinking of myself when this was legal. And it's so moving to know that it won't be possible anymore. It would have changed my life.
I never thought that I could change the law, or that I could change something that means so much to so many lives. It's a dream of mine to carry on working on child marriage. I'm ready to take on this issue globally.
Please put your hands together and join me in welcoming 2022 Citizen Award recipient Payzee Mahmod.
I'm so honored to receive this award tonight and be with you all. When I think of myself being born during a war between Iraq and Iran and living in extreme poverty, and being a child facing child marriage to a man much older than me, I never imagined that I would be in a place like this. The change in the law to ban child marriage is a victory for the child that I was, who needed adults and the law on my side. And I couldn't have ever imagined that I would one day be involved in making sure that girls like myself won't have to go through this anymore. But I'm sure you all agree we can't stop until every child can safely fulfill their full potential and have equal access to education. Together, we must eradicate child marriage globally by defeating global drivers of child marriage, systemic poverty barriers, demanding equity, tackling climate change, and empowering every adolescent girl. And we need everyone's help to do that. Think about your daughters, your nieces, your cousins, your granddaughters. They are counting on us. For the girls of today will become the women of tomorrow. On the 1st of January this year, I became a mother. My son has given me... Thank you. My son has given my life a new meaning, and one day I'll be able to tell him that with Global Citizen, we've worked together to make this world a safer and a happier place for children like him and his sister. Thank you.
Our next honoree is a tireless advocate for women and girls whose lives have been disrupted by ethnic tensions, political strife, famine, climate change, and terrorism. They have been forced from their homes, their communities, and sometimes even their families, and out into a world as refugees.
Refugee women and children are especially vulnerable to stress, trauma, exploitation, and violence. But Anousheh Amer Khalili is working to change that. At age 8, she was forced to flee from her home and witness some of that horror firsthand. Now she's on a mission to empower and support refugee women and children. Here's a little more of her story.
Ich bin Anousheh Amir Khalili. Ich bin im Dezember 1977 geboren im Iran, habe als Kind den Iran-Irak-Krieg mitbekommen. Als ich 8 war, sind wir endgültig nach Deutschland geflüchtet. Wir sind mit 2 Koffern angekommen und es war eigentlich immer so die Hoffnung, dass das relativ schnell wieder möglich ist, zurück in den Iran zu gehen. Und diese Angst der Eltern um die eigenen Kinder, das ist etwas, was eigentlich die ganze Kindheit geprägt hat. Wir haben Flamingo in Berlin gegründet 2015. Flamingo ist ein Netzwerk für geflüchtete Frauen und Kinder. Viele Frauen haben Gewalterfahrungen schon erlebt, sexuelle Übergriffe, und Selbstverteidigung ist ein Handwerk, was den Frauen mitgegeben wird, damit sie sich so sicher fühlen in ihrem Körper. Ich arbeite für eine Stiftung, wo ich vor allem mit aufbaue, dass mehr Gärten an Unterkünften für Geflüchtete aufgebaut werden, weil wir einfach der Überzeugung sind, dass das die beste heilende Möglichkeit ist und auch der beste Ort, um in Austausch zu kommen, miteinander Vorurteile abzubauen. Es gibt zum Beispiel eine Frau, die gesagt hat, der Garten ist der einzige Ort, wo ich das Gefühl habe, atmen zu können. Ich glaube fest daran, dass wenn wir uns gemeinsam weiter engagieren und vernetzen, dass wir dann etwas verändern können, um die Welt zu einem positiveren Ort zu verwandeln.
It is indeed a privilege to present this award to Anousheh Amir Khalili.
Good evening. I'm very honored to be receiving such an important award tonight for my work, which is so closely linked to my personal story. It is my mission to support refugee children and their mothers to live an independent and self-determined life. At Flamingo, we define empowerment as inspiration, because every refugee woman has her own story, her own pain and sorrow caused by war and violence. But by seeing other women building their lives in new places and by showing that power which we women have, we can inspire and empower others to do the same. Looking around this room, I see so much empowerment and inspiration. All these amazing women and my fellow awardees, and also the Global Citizen team who made all this possible. There's nothing more empowering for me than knowing all of you are by my side. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Next, our journey takes us to South Africa, where one woman is giving impoverished children something priceless: hope. Through her orphanage, the Bariah Hillbrow Home of Hope, Khanyisile Motsa has served as a mother to countless youth who otherwise might have fallen victim to gangs on the streets of Johannesburg. She's had her fair share of trials since taking in the first 4 girls back in 2000, and 22 years later, Khanyisile is still taking in children and changing lives. Take a look.
Poverty takes all the dignity from you. So Home of Hope is restoring human dignity. Life is about us, me and the children. What the home offers, number one, it's family, and then it's education, because that's the key for you to just open the world. In South Africa, gender-based violence is a pandemic. Children are being trafficked from rural areas to the cities. And unfortunately, most of those children are orphaned children.
She is going to take care of you. She is going to hold your hand when you need your hand to be held. She mustn't stop. She has helped a lot of people. She has gave hope to many of us. She has taught us to conquer the world. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be the person that I am today.
The more children we serve, our world will be a better space. We know that those people are our presidents for tomorrow. We can all change our lives and we can change our world.
Now, unfortunately, Khanyisile could not be here in person to receive her award, but she said she would not be counted out and sent us instead this message.
Wow, I'm so happy to be here. I would like to thank the global citizen community. Your impact is recognized globally, and I'm so honored to receive this award. This recognition has rejuvenated my spirit, energy to stand today before you, to be able to speak boldly and with your support even more loudly. I founded Home of Hope for Girls over 20 years ago. After seeing girls in distress in the streets of Johannesburg, South Africa, these young girls were being trafficked from across the country to be commercially sexually exploited. It was that moment I knew that this was my calling. That had led to me to being mom to over 11,000 children. I do the work I do not to be praised, but to make a change. The intent is to make this world a better place for not only for us, but for future generations. I call to you all to unite and come together to fight the pandemic of poverty, child trafficking, gender-based abuse. Global Citizen has connected us all, and it is up to us to change the world. We can and we will do it. I thank you all.
In 2016, Russia had already begun its attacks on the people of Ukraine. That same year, a Ukrainian singer-songwriter won the Eurovision Song Contest with a song that reflected on an eerily similar conflict that took place over 70 years earlier. So here we are, 6 years later, and the lyrics of that song are unfortunately more relevant than ever as Ukrainians fight against the horrors of war that have escalated, resulting in a humanitarian crisis that forced millions, including our next performer, to flee from their homes. Tonight we stand in solidarity with them with a message of hope, inspiration, strength, and resilience. Singing her award-winning song, 1944, here's Jamala.
When strangers are coming, they come to your house, they kill you all and say we're not guilty, not guilty. Where's your mind? Humanity cries. You think you're God, but everyone dies. Don't swallow my soul, our souls. Viel mehr Sprechen. Good evening to everyone. I'm very honored to be in the United States, to be in a country that has been helping Ukraine since the first day of the brutal and unprovoked war. I'm grateful to every volunteer, to those who come out to rallies and raise funds. I'm thankful to everyone who does not remain silent. To know that Einstein said, the wall will be destroyed, then people see evil and stay silent and do nothing to stop it. I will fight for our victory, for the right of Ukrainians to return to a free country. I ask you, please don't give up. Only together we can defeat this evil. Only together we can change the world for the better. Thank you so much.
When we invest in progress, amazing things start to happen. Homes across Africa light up with solar energy. Female entrepreneurs from India to Latin America prosper with microfinance loans. And the necessities that every human needs start to become possibilities. Citi is investing in the creation of jobs, education, and access to basic services to help improve the lives of 15 million households, including 10 million women around the world in the communities we serve.
Global Citizen is proud to work with our global partner Citi in their mission to help build a more equitable future for all. Please welcome former Prime Minister of Norway and 2018 recipient of the Global Citizen Prize for World Leader, Erna Solberg, and climate change advocate and celebrated science guy, Bill Nye.
As I look around the room, I see people from various walks of life, united by one common goal, to make the world better. Tonight, we are celebrating advocates in their fight to defeat poverty. And now, we are honoring two activists who are taking action to reverse the effects of global warming and set us on a path to a better, more sustainable future by defending the planet.
When we think of the climate crisis, we often think of melting glaciers, extreme temperatures, and natural disasters. But one young woman from a farming community in Mexico experienced the effects of this firsthand when crops were lost due to deforestation, illegal sand extraction, and a drought.
Mitzi Cortez decided to take action and began working for climate justice on behalf of her community. And this is her story.
Mi nombre es Mitzi Violeta Cortez y soy defensora del territorio. Hay personas que están entrando a talar árboles, que están secando nuestros bosques. Es un sistema desigual, es un sistema que nos segrega, que es violento, que pone a unos por encima de otros y que incluso pues, pone el dinero por encima de la vida. Porque yo no quiero que la historia de mi pueblo se borre. Creo que para mí es muy importante el mantener la esperanza. el sembrar esperanza. Lo que puede cambiar es que justamente se comience a hacer que más personas se unan a esta lucha, ¿no? Que más personas decidan también defender sus territorios, que más personas decidan que quieren cambiar la manera en la que se vinculan con la tierra, la manera en la que se vinculan con las otras personas. La solución ya está en las resistencias, ya está en las personas que están detonando procesos y que están poniendo un alto y están diciendo: esto está matando la vida. Yo soy parte de una lucha y somos defensores del territorio, somos defensores de la vida.
Please join me in welcoming 2022 Citizen Award recipient, Mitzi Cortez.
El reconocimiento que hoy recibo me permite reafirmar que las luchas para detener la crisis climática están en las comunidades indígenas y en aquellos que se organizan y luchan contra la desigualdad y las opresiones. Quienes luchan por el territorio están sembrando esperanza y nos permiten soñar que otros mundos son posibles. Gracias a Global Citizen por reconocer que la defensa del planeta está conformada por los pueblos que luchan contra el despojo y la destrucción.
The recognition I received today allows me to reaffirm that the fight to stop the climate crisis are in the hands of the indigenous communities and in those who organize and fight against inequality and oppression. Those who fight for the territory are sowing hope and allowing us to dream that other worlds are possible. Thanks to Global Citizen for recognizing that the defense of the planet is shaped by the people who fight against dispossession and destruction.
Hoy deseo que este premio permita que más personas escuchen las historias de quienes estamos defendiendo la vida, de quienes desde sus comunidades resisten a las minas, a los megaproyectos, a la tala ilegal, al monocultivo. Ellos son soluciones vivas a la crisis climática. Que este premio también sea para exigir justicia por las personas defensoras asesinadas, como Samir Flores, por quienes están desaparecidas, como Irma Galindo, y que los pueblos y que otros pueblos sepan que aunque nos sembraron miedo, nosotros cosechamos rebeldía. Seguimos sembrando esperanza a través de la Red de Futuros Indígenas, de Milpa Climática, el Semillero de Defensoras y de las acciones de las asambleas que protegen los bienes comunes, como en la mía, San Sebastián Tecomaxtlahuaca, donde la comunidad, donde la colectividad vela por la integridad del agua, la vida, la tierra, porque el futuro es un territorio a defender. Únete a la resistencia indígena.
Today, I hope that this award will allow more people to hear the stories of those who are defending the continuity of life, those who from their communities are resisting mines, mega projects, illegal logging, and monoculture. They are living solutions to the climate crisis. May this award be to demand justice for the murdered defenders like Samir Flores, for those who have disappeared like Irma Galindo, and for other people to know that although they sowed fear, we reaped rebellion. We continue to sow hope through La Red de Futuras Indígenas, Milpa Climática, El Semillero, and the actions of the assemblies that protect the common good, like mine in Sebastián Tecomaxtlahuaca, where the collectivity watches over the integrity of water, land, and life because the future is a territory to defend. Join the indigenous resistance.
Gracias.
At COP26 last year in Glasgow, Brianna Fruean spoke truth to power as she addressed world leaders by reminding them that they wield the weapons that can save us or sell us out for profit.
These are the powerful words of a young climate warrior who has been on the front lines of the battle since she was 11 years old.
And since then, her mission has been to bring small island representation and young Pacific voices to the climate conversation. Here's how.
Talofa lava, my name is Brianna Fruean. I do climate change work and I've been doing it for most of my life. I think being a Pacific Island young woman has very much molded who I am as a climate activist. I've never felt a love like my love for Samoa. Climate change for a lot of people feels very static, like something you watch on the news, but for me, it's something very real. I believe that climate activism is the fight for home. Youth engagement and engagement of young people, I feel like is so important when trying to rebuild or reimagine a future, because we are the future. Speaking at COP26, we are not drowning, we are fighting. I was speaking to the entire world, because even though islands might be the first ones to go, we won't be the last. I'm not here to cry and to give you these emotions. Quite frankly, I don't think that the world leaders deserved my tears. We're actually at the beginning of a renaissance, because humans did used to live in harmony with nature, and we need to get back to that so we can imagine the world that our children deserve.
Bibi, you made us very, very proud, and continue with the good work for the people of the South Pacific.
It's my honor to present the 2022 Citizens Award to this incredible young lady, Brianna Fruean.
Thank you very much to Global Citizen and the village that raised me so that I could be here today. The climate crisis is the crisis of our generation, and even more so for young people from the islands like mine. But I'm not here to tell a sad story, because I don't actually believe that the climate crisis is the end. I actually believe that it's the beginning. I believe that the climate crisis is the beginning of an environmental renaissance. I believe that it's the beginning of humans healing their relationship with nature. I believe that it's the beginning of reimagining what our future can be like, so that we can see a future where profit is put behind people and people are put before profit. Where nature is protected and intersectional environmental justice is a global priority. So I invite you all today to stop thinking of the climate crisis as the end and start seeing it as a refresh for humanity. I invite you to use that perspective of a future worth building, that feeling you get in the morning when you wake up and there's a new day ahead. I invite you to use that feeling to push you towards transformative action, because I truly do believe that this will also be the generation that stops the climate crisis. I believe it so deep in my heart, and I hope you do too. Thank you.
An activist that inspires me would be Martin Luther King. As a clergyman, Martin Luther King understood that the faith that he professed spoke to justice. and we might speak and challenge government, but we will do it in a non-violent manner.
I am inspired by Jane Goodall. Jane Goodall's bravery, curiosity, courage, and her sense of urgency to take action. She is a true beacon of hope for our planet.
The person that really inspired me is Dr. Mandela.
I don't come to you as one above others. I am your servant.
His selflessness showed me that life is not about you. Life is about us all.
When I think of Vicky Umanska, I think about courage. I think about someone leading with heart, a Ukrainian entrepreneur working so hard in Poland to ensure that Ukrainian women and their children have a safe place to sleep.
I'm inspired by Dr. Jelani Cobb, his commitment to mastering his craft and his authentic commitment to improving racial equity, doing so in a way that is unshaken by the views of others, that's fact-based and is unwavering.
Those who inspires me the most are all of those community workers, people who really do voluntary work on the grassroots, outside the spotlight.
There is an activist in all of us, and it's the ability to find our voice in what we do to impact many.
Youngju, you are perfect.
Youngju.
But I know it won't always feel like that. Your name will make you feel different. Like they don't want to get to know you. But I promise there will be those who try.
Hey, Youngju.
The MVP award goes to Yeyoung-jo.
It's actually Youngju.
Youngju.
You remember what Youngju means?
It means strong and resilient. Because I know you will be.
What a beautiful name. Can you teach me how to say it?
Global Citizen thanks our global partner P&G for helping to defeat poverty and defend the planet by supporting worldwide advocacy towards an equitable and sustainable future. Now, please welcome back our host, Darren Criss, joined by CNN host and Dreamcore Tech founder, Van Jones.
In order to create real change, you guys know that we can't just talk about the world's problems, you have to take action. The Global Citizen Prize celebrates activists and advocates who are doing the work to make a real impact in their communities, making an impact in their communities and around the world. Excuse me. The next two Global Citizen Prize winners we're about to meet are making a difference by demanding equity for all. Dan?
Yeah. When it comes to the issue of equity and inequity, nobody's got the luxury of being on the sidelines. It doesn't matter your race, doesn't matter your gender, your class, where you're from. Inequity is a problem that impacts everybody.
And by creating an equitable world, one where barriers and biases are eliminated from the equation, we can create real transformative change for every person on the planet. And so our journey tonight continues, taking us to Nigeria to meet someone who is working to do just that.
Yemi Adormalekun is empowering citizens to hold their public leaders accountable. I got a chance to meet her. She's unbelievable. Through advocacy and activism, she's mobilizing a new generation to use the power of social media to make real change. This is her story.
I get the strength to do this work because I very much believe in the concept of purpose. My name is Yemi Adormalekun, and I campaign for good governance and public accountability in Nigeria through active citizenship. Enough is Enough was started in March 2010 from a protest. But after the protest, we decided to turn the energy into an organization that then focused on elections.
To solve the problem of Nigeria, we must organize. And if you don't take an active role or participate, you are on the losing end of the stick.
So the focus was on young people. So the idea was to get them engaged and turn their anger, rather than on the streets, into how they vote and the choices that they make.
When we're united in what we're saying and demanding, we become extremely powerful.
Politics affects our ability to fulfill our dreams.
It's governance that determines if you pay for school or if it's free. It's governance that determines if you sit on the floor or you sit on a chair. It's governance that determines if you have a roof over your head in school or you are in class and it's raining. So it's important because it affects every sphere of our life.
Nigerians feel that this is their country and they have a stake in it.
What we want to see at Enough is Enough is for citizens to understand the power that they have in whatever way that I can. I will fight for a Nigeria that's just and works for more people.
Please join me in congratulating the 2022 Citizen Award recipient, Yemi Adamalekan.
Good evening, everyone. I'm honored to stand before you today to accept this award. The late Archbishop Desmond Tutu said, "If an elephant has its foot on the tail of a mouse, and you say that you are neutral, the mouse will not appreciate your neutrality." I'm grateful for the opportunity to be part of this community of global citizens who have chosen not to be neutral. I'm excited about the power that active citizens have to make change happen, and will continue to lend my voice to amplify our impact. The office of the citizen is incredibly powerful. I'm grateful to my family, friends, and my team at EIE Nigeria for walking with me on this journey. I'm grateful to EIE's funders, especially individuals who continue to make our work happen. I urge each one of us to continue to take actions to ensure systems and processes for the greater number, for the greater good, because without equity, we will have less democratic and peaceful societies. One person can and does make a difference. Thank you.
In 2020, nearly 1 in 4 American households experienced food insecurity. And with inflation, rising food costs, stagnant wages, and global conflicts, that number, sadly, continues to grow. As a single mother born into a generational cycle of poverty, Barbie Izquierdo skipped meals on a daily basis so her children could eat. But soon her physical hunger would drive her to become an activist and advocate for others faced with similar challenges. Determined to break the cycle and to create a better future for her children and children around the world, Barbie has been on the front lines for fighting for equitable change. Take a look.
My name is Barbie, and I've been fighting to help others raise their voices and break the cycle of poverty for over 13 years. Life for me was pretty rough. My journey with food insecurity started when I was very young. I just couldn't understand how I would be working and on public assistance, and it still didn't work. I felt inadequate. I felt like I wasn't a good mom, and I blamed myself. And when I needed to ask for help, I felt alone. It's what started this fire in me, and I had to do something to change it. I raise awareness by telling my story, but using my personal journey to help others. For 2 years of my life, I had a camera crew following me everywhere that I went. I would go and be in rooms surrounded by celebrities who had seen the film, and then I would have to go home, back to my empty fridge. Winning an award is great, and I'm so happy, and I'm so humbled and grateful. I always knew that I was trying my best, and I hope that my children can see that. But personally, what it means to me is that everything that my family went through wasn't in vain.
I am very proud of you, Mom.
I'm glad you're my mom.
Please join me in welcoming our final 2022 Citizen Award recipient, Barbie Izquierdo.
I promised myself I wouldn't cry, but it didn't work. I am humbled and honored to be the first Global Citizen Award winner from the United States. Me, just a Cuban, Puerto Rican American mom with goals from North Philly. Pero ahora sé que soy más que eso. I exist where ambition doesn't rest. And all of this has come from the persistent urgency to be in a room where our needs are heard and we're able to make the changes for communities that need it most. With this opportunity to work alongside Global Citizen, my goal is to build partnerships, to share lived expertise, stories, ideas, and solutions to eradicate hunger and end poverty. But that takes vulnerability. And vulnerability requires shattering the barriers that we put on ourselves that force us into inaction and silence. So with this incredible award, I'm asking all of you to join me in supporting the White House Conference on Nutrition and Hunger to elevate voices with lived experience and to stay connected to see how we can make a difference together. Thank you.
Where will you be in 5 years? Where will we be in 5 years? In 25? In 50? Let's be here and here, with her and him and they. Let's connect them. Let's connect everyone. Let's deliver technology that gives them access to power opportunity. Let's set a new standard for data security and personal privacy. Let's change the system. Promote equality and fairness in the workplace. Let's tear down the barriers to social justice for a more inclusive world. Let's clean house, zero carbon, zero waste. Because the health of our family is tied to the future of our home. Let's gather resources and partners, steer toward our greatest challenges and accelerate. For the benefit, for all. Cisco has made it its purpose to power an inclusive future for all. Where will we be in 50 years? Let's go see. Cisco, the bridge to possible.
Thank you to our global partner, Cisco, for supporting efforts to defeat poverty and defend the planet, and for encouraging youth activism in key global issues.
The Cisco Youth Leadership Award was established by Cisco and Global Citizen in 2018 to celebrate the power of vision. And from Rwanda to India, Kenya, and beyond, these young activists have already made a huge impact. Check it out.
There is something revolutionary about how a young person sees things.
We are ready, we are capable, and we are here to change the world.
I believe that no child on this continent should have to learn on an empty stomach.
We deliver meals to kids in public primary schools here in Kenya to ensure that they have the right nutrition. It felt really amazing to be able to receive the award. It meant a lot to me, and I hope that it meant a lot to other young people who saw it and felt that they can do it as well. When we won the Cisco Youth Prize, we were providing meals to around 3,000 children, and today have scaled up to over 33,000. If change is gonna come, it's gonna start from young people. And we have the energy, we have the dreams, we have the vision, and all we need is a bit of support like the Cisco Prize offers.
Priya Prakash.
We applied as a small organization in India who had a very big vision that we really wanted to make sure that every child has access to healthcare and that every school in India becomes a healthy school. We thought we were going to get global exposure, we're going to get support, but we got so much more than that. A few months later, the pandemic hit. And because of this award, we were able to support our schools and our children for more than 2 years. You have already seen what we as young people can do, and we are more determined than ever before to make this world a better place.
You have won the 2020 Cisco Youth Leadership Award.
They're like, okay, you need to calm down so that we can actually finish with telling you won. So the award was that moment where our voices were validated. We were, ending 2020, which was a terrible year for everybody. We were out of money, we were out of hope, and we didn't know when the crisis was going to end. The fact that they were highlighting us, a social enterprise founded by Rwandans, insisting that even in the rural areas, we can bring them piped water.
But when you're younger, you're more bold. You have enough energy to go out and change things, to disrupt. And that's why young people are the right vehicles for change. Young people are the only vehicle for change you can have.
And now to present this year's Cisco Youth Leadership Award, please welcome the Executive Vice President and Chief People Policy and Purpose Officer of Cisco, Fran Katsoudas, and musician, philanthropist, and global citizen advocate, Pharrell Williams.
To change the world, you must first believe that it is possible and embrace a vision for a brighter future.
And this year's Cisco Youth Leadership Award winner turned her vision into a reality. She used her knowledge of science, her family's background in farming, and her compassion for her community to co-fund S4S Technologies and give farmers the tools to tackle their most challenging problems. By the way, I do it slow, just so it sounds like I'm good at it, by the way, just so you understand. It's all, that's all it is.
And you are.
It's for the nerves.
You got it. Her innovation is empowering over 800 women. How is that?
It's great.
Okay.
Great pace.
To become micro-entrepreneurs, supplying over 1 million people with nutrition-rich food and saving 37,000 metric tons of CO2 annually.
This is Nidhi Pant.
I believe young people are agents of change as they can take risks earlier in their life and can do what is right rather than doing what is easy.
Hello everyone, my name is Nidhi Pant and I'm the co-founder of S4S Technologies. Namaste kara sabhi.
Coming from a farming family in India, I believe that all our challenges could only be solved using technology and working together. So I studied engineering and used my scientific knowledge in service of people. Whenever we think of a farmer, we think of a male figure. But when we see at the ground who's working on the farm, it's always the women. There are very limited livelihood options for women. Our vision is to empower every women farmer to become a processor and earn an assured additional income and help them come out of poverty.
हा प्रोजेक्ट सुरू झाल्यापासून बरंच काही बदललं म्हणजे मुलांची शाळा व्यवस्थित होऊ लागली परत आम्हाला रोजगार पण मिळाला आर्थिक परिस्थिती पण छान झाली आणि सगळं व्यवस्थित चालू लागलं.
The most exciting part of S4S is that it creates impact both socially, environmentally and economically. I'm very happy that we have won the Cisco Youth Leadership Award. Winning this award will help us reach more farmers and improve lives of more women. Continue following your passion and always believe that we rise by lifting others.
Nidhi Pant is a shining example of an innovative young leader paving the way for a brighter future, and Cisco was proud to partner with her to expand her vision and inspire other women leaders around the world. Congratulations.
It is our honor to present the 2022, see, I told you, slow, Cisco Youth Leadership Award to Nidhi Pant.
Thank you, everyone. Women farmers today are completely left out of the agriculture decision-making process and are faced with double risk due to climate change and responsibility to provide food to their families. Small changes matters, they say. Having dignified work along with additional income empowers women to experience control and exercise their capabilities that they can demonstrate their capacity as change makers while empowering others to take similar actions. With empowered women farmers and entrepreneurs taking leadership to fight climate change by ensuring food security, increased incomes, creating jobs, boosting local economies, and grassroots level women are no longer perceived as beneficiaries. Instead, they are emerged as partners in driving local initiatives and creating lasting impact. I'm happy to accept this award for so many women farmers who are fighting every day to change the lives of their families and their communities. S4S stands for Science for Society. Today, I'm honored to accept this on behalf of my team at S4S, who remind me every day about our mission and our purpose. I would also like to thank our customers, funders, and partners who joined us and believed in our mission. I want to thank my family for inspiring me with their actions and teaching me that we rise only by lifting others. Lastly, thank you to Cisco and Global Citizen team for helping us present the work of our farmers on a global platform like this. Thank you, everyone.
So tonight, we've seen the power of transformation through action. We've witnessed the power of activism to change the world. I also need to just point out that, like, this is a room full of stand-up people. Wouldn't you agree? Right? You all stand for so much. And I just feel like there's just one little weird exception. It's like to see all of the hard work of all these people, all these like award-winning recipients today. I really didn't see anybody stand up, right? Which was a little weird for me because I was like, man, this is supposed to be a tough room. But I get it. I get it. It's because you wanted to save it for the last moment, right? Because everyone in this room should not only be standing up for themselves, but you should be standing up for Hugh, global citizens. You should be standing up. You should be standing up for Cisco. You should be standing up for P&G. You should be standing up for everybody that won these awards. Now this is global citizens. Now, and don't sit back down because you're stand up, remember? So, here to inspire us through song and is this artist, an activist, and also a Grammy-nominated singer. He's a friend, he's super talented, he's the incomparable Aloe Black, and he stays standing up.
This is a song about fighting through adversity.
to transform your world and the world of others in a positive way, to make the world a better place. We all have that opportunity. We all have that chance. What do we do with it? I met Hugh Evans a few years ago. I've seen what he's done with it. And there are so many other change makers in this room. All of the awardees, congratulations. And for those of you who are here, who put your heart in the right place, put your mind in the right place, I hope this song inspires you. It's called My Way. I've been sad, I've been lost, I've been down and out and lonely. Yeah, I've been suffering at a job in a world that tries to own me. But when I wake up in the morning, there's an image of a better place. Yes, because the harder that we grind, then the sweeter is the glory. People say I'm foolish. People say I'm blinded by faith. But if I run out of air, if I crash, I don't care. I'm gonna do it my way. I can make it through this. You can throw the world in my face. But the fear gives me life, and I swear till I die, I'm gonna do it my way. Hey, I'm gonna do it my way. Hey, gonna do it my way. So put me down, criticize me with your lies and with your parody. Yeah. In the darkness I don't hide, cause I got pride that gives me clarity. Now I still wake up every morning with the vision of a better life. Because the option of defeat is just not written in my story. And people say I'm foolish. People say I'm blinded by faith. But if I run out of air, if I crash, I don't care. I'm gonna do it my way. I can make it through this. You can throw the world in my face. But the fear gives me life, and I swear till I die, I'm gonna do it my way. Hey, I'm gonna do it my way. Hey, I'm gonna do it my way. Every time they build a wall around me, I'ma tear it down and say I'ma live my dreams. I'm gonna live my dreams. And even when the floods rush round to drown me, I just hold my breath and pray, let me live my dreams. Every single one of my, I ain't quitting none of my dreams. People say I'm foolish. People say I'm blinded by faith. But if I run out of air, if I crash, I don't care. I'm gonna do it my way. I can make it through this. You can throw the world in my face. But the fear gives me life, and I swear till I die, I'm gonna do it my way. Let me fly through the air, if I crash, I don't care. I'm gonna do it my way. Cause the fear gives me life, and I swear till I die, I'm gonna do it my way. Thank you. You know, it's a pleasure to be able to have this opportunity, to use my voice to uplift, to offer celebration of life, to offer comfort in moments of despair. And it's not every day that you write something that will touch so many people around the world. But this next song is a song that I'm lucky enough to have been part of writing and sharing and making such a massive impact on people's lives. If it's a song that you know, please join me in singing along. Just don't sing it wrong. feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. Well, I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. They tell me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream, and life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. Well, that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. I tried carrying the weight of the world, but I only have two hands. I hope I get the chance to travel the world, but I don't have any plans. Wish that I could stay forever this young, not afraid to close my eyes. Life's a game made for everyone, and love is the prize. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. 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 So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. Thank you so much. Continue to be a global citizen.
Give it up again for Aloe Black, ladies and gentlemen. Hell yeah. All right. Oh, good. Everybody's up. What an incredible night. Congratulations to all of tonight's honorees. And as I said when we were starting, this is just the beginning. There is so much more work for all of us to do. If we are to truly defeat poverty, defend the planet, and defend equity, it's going to require actions and not words. So on that note, I encourage all of you to head over to globalcitizen.org and do something to make our world better. And of course, thank you to all of you for being here tonight. Have a good one.